Hi everybody. I haven't done a video for you in a while, so I thought it might be time to maybe back up a little bit and review, and I'd like to give you a nice little break from area and perimeter and return to something we did, gosh, almost 2 months ago, long division. Hooray! Long division is back. I'm going to review with you on this first day or two, and then we're going to actually crank it up and do a little bit more difficult long division. But for right now, let's just review because it's been, gosh, I think at least 2 months. So long division. Do you remember something I would put in the top corner of our whiteboard in the classroom? We would do divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, divide, multiply, and we'd say it over and over and over. Another time we said dad, mom, sister, brother to remember the order. And maybe if we do a few practice problems together, the little light bulb will go off and you'll say, oh yeah, I remember how to do this. Before you get involved with this lesson though, you might want to get your 10 by 10 multiplication grid in case, and I hope this isn't true, in case you're a little rusty with your multiplication facts, you can use your grid to help you. So you could have that right in your workspace with you. I uploaded one on Google Classroom. Find it in the math section and just print it out, and then you can have it right next to you. Okay, so let's try something like this. Let's put that inside the cave, and let's put this little dude outside in the sun. Now, before I give the answer away, say out loud what you think. Well, let's start with the easier one. Say out loud in your workspace what you think we call this number in a division problem. Your hint is he's not in the dark, shady cave. He's outside in the sun. He's squinting. Remember how he might wear not sunglasses, but a visor. Remember what that guy's called? If you said divisor, you're right. Who lives in the cave or in the den? Den. If you said dividend, you'd be right. And of course, in division problems, we're always looking for the special word for the answer is called a quotient. I don't have a really helpful way to help you remember that. But this guy we always think of as the visor, divisor. This guy's in the cave or the den, dividend, and the one that's left is the quotient. So we're ready to start. Do you remember how I would say, like, if these were the actors in the play and the curtain opens this wide and reveals one actor, so now there's a 3, and you say, if you had 3 Skittles, oops, how many times can you come up and grab a group of 4? Wait a minute. 3 Skittles. I want to come up and scoop up 4? So how many 4s can I get out of that? None. So remember in the good old days then we would open the curtain just a little bit wider, and now we reveal the number 35. Well, if I had 35 Skittles here, of course I could grab a group of 4 and another group of 4 and another group of 4. I could grab a couple groups of 4. How many groups of 4 can I grab? So what we do, remember, you go across your 4s and you go as close as you can to 35, but don't go over. 20, 24, 28, getting warmer. 32, now I'm in the 30s. 36, that's too big. So let me stick with 32. 4 times what gives me 32? 8. Remember that, how we used this grid? 4 times 8 gives me 32. So I don't want to write my 8 here. No, because that looks like 4 times 8. No, we already decided you can't get a group of 4 out of 3. You could get a group of 4 out of 35, so it's right above that you write the 8. That's why I'm making this video tonight. It's been a while, and I need you to remember where you line up your numbers. 4 times 8 is 32. So this part here, 35 divided by 4, that was my divide part. 4 times 8 is 32. That was my multiply step. Now I'm at the subtract step. 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 minus 3 is a whole lot of nothing. That was my subtract step. Now I'm ready to bring down. Remember that? Bring down the next number. So now the problem starts over. I'm back to division. 34 divided by 4. That's like having 34 Skittles and you want to take a group of 4 and a group of 4 and a group of 4. How many groups of 4 can you get out of 34? Let's see. 4, I'm going to go across to go as close as I can to 34 without going over. Looks like the closest I could get is 4 times 8 brings me to 32. 4 times 8 brings me to 32. I've done my division step. I just wrote 4 times 8 is 32. That's my multiplying step. I'm ready to subtract. Done with that step. I'm ready to bring down. I have nothing more to bring down. And I still have a 2 left. I guess there's just 2 left over. Oh, there's 2 remaining. That's right. Remainder 2. I'm remembering this, and I'm hoping you remember this. 4 can go into 354 88 times with 2 left over. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. I want to do 2 or 3 more problems and then let you do some. I'm picking this one because zeros, for some reason, students don't like zeros. It mixes them up, but it really doesn't have to. Let's try this again. The curtain opens and it reveals 1. If I had 1 marker, how many times can you go up and grab 3 of them? None. There's not enough. You can't get a group of 3 out of this. So that means you just have to reveal more actors or actresses, open the curtain wider and reveal maybe there's 10 markers. Well, here's my fabulous picture of 10 straight markers. How many times can you get a group of 3? A couple. I'm not sure how many, but maybe I could use my chart. I go across my 3s and I see how close I can get to 10 without going over. Oh yeah, that's not hard. 3 times 3 would give me 9. So it's very important where you put your 3. Not over here, but over the 10. Remember, it has to line up so that you were looking at the 10. Okay, 10 divided by 3 is 3. That was my division step. Now I'm ready to multiply those guys. 3 times 3, my chart showed me was 9. We can keep going. And now I'm ready for my subtraction. 10 minus 9, I can do in my head. I bet some of you will want to do this. 0 minus 9, I can't do. So I go to my neighbor, I take one from him, and I slide the one right to his forehead. 10 minus 9, I already knew that one was 1, and I bet some of you were just ready to do 10 minus 9 was 1. That was my subtraction step, and now I like to bring down my next number, and my problem starts all over again. Maybe I should rewrite this without the check marks. divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. You could put that on the side of your scratch paper if you want. Now that I've brought it down, I start a whole new problem again, and this time I'm looking at this number. I'm ready to divide. 15 divided by 3. If you're rusty, use your multiplication chart. If you're not rusty, you probably know 3 times 5 is 5. 3 times 5 is 15. Here's proof. 3 can go into 15 evenly. Look at that. 3 times 5 is 15. So I divided it already. Now I'm going to multiply. 3 times 5 is 15. Done. Subtract. 15, take away 15. Oh, you took it all away. You left 0. Done. Bring down. There's nothing more to bring down. There's no remainder. Remember how we said remainder is 0 isn't necessary? If nothing is left over, you don't have to say remainder anything. And if I didn't draw my dotted line in here like that, we could circle the quotient. Our final answer, lock it in, is 35. This is the long division review. Hopefully if I do just 2 more problems a little quicker, you'll say, oh yeah, it's coming back to me. I can do this. Even with a 0 in it? I don't know. All right. I'll bring another 0 into it because for some reason, the presence of a 0 messes people up. Okay, divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Let's divide. 2 divided by 3. That means I have 2 markers, and you want to come up and you want to grab 3 at a time. 3 at a time? You can't get a group of 3 if you only have 2. So that means I have to open the curtain wider and say, okay, what if I had 20 markers? If I had 20 markers, could you grab 3 at a time? Sure. You could come up a couple times and grab 3 at a time. 20 divided by 3. How close can we get? Go across your 3's to how close can you get to 20? You can't go over. Oh, 21 is just over, so I'll stick with 18. What gives me 18? Oh, there's a 6 on the top. 3 times 6, that's right. 3 times 6 is 18. Please be careful where you write your 6. You write it in line with that 20. That was my division. Now I'm ready to multiply. 3 times 6, I already said, was 18. Done. Now I subtract. 20 take away 18. Borrow from my neighbor. Stick that right on his forehead. 10 minus 8, 2. 1 minus 1, nothing. Subtraction is done. Bring down. Here we go. Done. When all of your steps are done, the problem starts again, this time with this number in my mind. 22 divided by 3. Well, this is going to come in handy. Again, go across your 3's. How close can you get to 22? 21's darn close. What gives me 21? Oh, there's a 7 on the top. That means 3 times 7 gives me 21. So I've done that step and ready to subtract. Done that step. B stands for bring down. There's nothing more to bring down, but I have this guy left. I don't want to just ignore him. I do need to put that I had 1 left. Now, how big can your remainder go? Could I have remainder of 1? Yeah. Could I have remainder 2? Yeah. Can you have a remainder that's equal to or bigger than your divisor? No. It has to be smaller than this guy or you've done something wrong. Well, remainder 1 is smaller than 3. I don't think I did anything wrong. My final answer is 67 remainder 1. And that's even with a 0 in the middle. It's not so tricky. But what if we had larger numbers? What if I put a 9 as my divisor? Not everyone was very strong in their 9 times tables. What if I went a little bit bigger, like into the 700s? This is our last review question, our last review problem. Hopefully you can understand how to do this, then you're home free. It might be a good idea to pause the video, work out the problem, play the video and check your work. See if you got it right. This is how I would attempt the problem. I would open my curtain and I would say, there's a 7 here. If I had 7 chocolate chips, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many times can I come up and swoop up 9? 9? I only have 7. Oh, that's right. The 7's not big enough. I have to open the curtain further and reveal a larger number like 71. Now, if I had 71 chocolate chips, oh boy, I could grab a bunch of 9 several times. How many times? Go across your 9's times table. I'd want to get as close to 71 without going over. Oh, 70, oh darn it, it's 72. That's too big. So let me go 63. That's as close as I can get. There's a 7 on the top. That means 9 times 7 is 63. Be very careful where you draw your 7. It has to be in line with what looks like a 71 right now. So 71 divided by 9 is 7. That takes care of that step. I'm on the multiply step. 9 times 7 is 63. I knew that from the chart. That takes care of my multiply step. I'm ready to subtract. 1, take away 3. No can do. Go to my neighbor, get some help. I'm not a 1 anymore. I'm an 11. 11 minus 3, 8. 6 minus 6, nothing. That was my subtraction. I'm ready to bring down. Here he is. Bring him down. Oh dear. If you're a little rusty with your 9s, how close can you get to 87? Ooh, 81. 90's too big. 81 it is. What is on the top? A 9. Here's my 9. So I divided 87 divided by 9 is 9. Done. Now I multiply. 9 times 9 is 81. Done. Now I subtract. 7 minus 1 is 6. 8 minus 8 is nothing. Now I bring down. Nothing more to bring down, but, oh yes. 6 were remaining. I say remainder 6. How big can you go with a remainder? As long as it's smaller than this guy, you're fine. And 6 is smaller than 9, so I'm fine. But if I had a remainder of, say, 22, not fine. My final answer, lock it in, is 79 remainder 6. If you paused the video and tried this problem, did you get 79 remainder 6? I hope you did. I really hope you did. So this video today is to help you refresh your memory on long division from about 2 months ago. Once you feel like, oh yeah, it's coming back to me, in Google Classroom, I put a few practice problems of long division like this for you to work out, and hold on tight, because tomorrow's lesson, the little guy who's left in the sun, the divisor, starting tomorrow, he's not going to be just 1 digit. It's going to be a bigger number outside the cave. But let's worry about that tomorrow. Today we're just going to worry on reviewing what we already know on this portion of long division. Hope that helps. And if you have questions after watching this, you can ask it during Zoom or email me, and I'll see if I can help you get those cobwebs out of there. And in case we're rusty, we'll work out all the little kinks on that. Anyway, good luck. I think you're going to do great. Bye-bye.